Beautiful opening, a triple twist. Over the last couple of years, she has been one of the strengths on the Chinese team on this apparatus. Another out of bounds. Those are valuable deductions. Like I said before, the Chinese are really trying to make some changes and go in different directions, especially with their music. That's been one of the criticisms in the past.
A woman who's been here so often she can hum the United States national anthem. And
unfortunately, she's not at full strength. She had an injury at last year's World Championship, did her ankle in, so we're not seeing the explosiveness that we typically see from her on this exercise.
But actually, in the training for the competition, her tumbling was nowhere near at this level. Once again, too much power, though, can be just as bad in gymnastics, and she's a little bit off-center, so that takes her out of bounds and that step forward.
Outwardly, there's no pressure. A lot of... Recorded a 9.475. She's from San Antonio, Texas. I'm Al Troutwig along with Elfie Schlegel and gold medalist Tim Daggett. Later we'll hear from Beth Ruyak as well.
Well, this is really Kendall's event. She won the national championships last year on the balance beam. She said she was very, very surprised since it was her first year as a senior athlete.
The same element we just saw Alaru fall on right here. Hangs on. Very nicely done.
What they proudly say about this 16-year-old is that she's the first native San Antonioan, that's correct, to make it to the World Championships.
She said the championships taught her a lot. First year as a senior being on the world team. She had to be aggressive out there, but big mistake. That's a 0.5 deduction for that fall. It's amazing. She just nails a full twisting salto. That skill there, she's probably done 100 times and had no problems with. A lot of twisting action in this balance beam routine.
You know, it's funny. Every team has its own characteristic. There are teams that come from behind, and there are teams that just can't handle prosperity. This is the first American in this third rotation with a big lead. All sorts of room to make mistakes, and Kendall Beck has made a bunch here. Another 10th there. The Romanians missed a big chance earlier. Would they be able to fail to take advantage again?
Well, all of these U.S. coaches said before the competition began that, yeah, we're a little bit nervous about beam. You can never know what's going to happen, and they were a little bit unsure, no doubt.
16-year-old Nicoletta O'Neill, our first look at her in the competition. She's been on bars and beam and had a sprained ankle so bad here in Knoxville it brought her to tears. And I'm really surprised that she'll go into floor exercise without even having the ankle wrapped.
Nicoletta competed last year as a junior at the international team competition. Bellew said she's basically here as a team player, and I asked him about her future with Romanian gymnastics. He said, no chance.
He's foul.
That's one thing I like about Octavian Bellew is you ask him these questions and he will give you a straight answer. You know exactly where he stands.
No cliches from him.
It's actually...
Hey, the flag went up. The flag went up.
Unbelievable. That is such a no-no in gymnastics.
She just slid her heel back. And normally you're used to seeing the gymnast just miss by about a half an inch. She went over by about that much.
You step onto that white, and it's a 1/10 of a point deduction. Just an error that should not happen in an exercise. She has plenty of room. She wants to be close to the edge, obviously, but...
And especially when we get to Olympic competitions, sometimes it comes down to tenths, and those are just devastating tenths to take.
Watch her heel.
Right there, she is definitely on the white, and there is a judge that their only responsibility is to raise the flag, and it was raised.
Low score, 9.15, and now Bellou goes over to the judge who raised the flag.
For the second. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Well, he's not going to fight her.
He took that well.
This time.
Kendall Beck's score, 9.025. Remember the problems she had on the balance beam. Ling Ji, China, 9.45 beam, 9.275 floor. Fell on the beam, thus the black eye, as we mentioned.
Her biggest challenge, her coach says, is that she needs more experience in the bigger competitions. One and a half twisting vault. The value of this particular vault is a 9.8.
Which means that's the highest score, if she hit it perfect, that she could get.
Well, just put it in perspective. There are absolutely no women in this competition that are performing vaults worth a 10.0. This is a tough vault because of its blind landing, but 9.8, that's the cap.
However, when the Olympics come about, which is what everything is focused and driven towards, what will it be like then?
Well, the vaults are valued out of a certain score, but we do expect those vying for a gold medal, especially in the individual competition, to at least attempt one vault that's out of a 10.0. It's going to be tough, though.
Women's vaulting is probably the most difficult event to get that 10.0 start value. The athletes have seemed to adjusted well on uneven bars and balance beam, but the vaulting has lagged behind just a little bit. She'll do the same vault, just the landing.
They just can't stick one.
Well, you know, that's much safer to be a little bit over on that vault. If you are, you know you're not going to sit down and have that huge deduction.
Back in Knoxville, Tennessee, the Chinese team has been in third here in the third rotation, and their expression hasn't changed from start to where we are right now. The American team has survived a stumble by Vanessa Atler on the uneven bars to maintain what is a very large lead right now in the 1998 International Team Gymnastics Championships. This is Sierra Sapinar from Bay Area in California. Trains in Cincinnati with Mary Lee Tracy.
She made the move about 2.5 years ago. She said she watched one of the NBC events back in 1996 when Amanda Borden was really making her move on the national scene, and she really liked the way Mary Lee Tracy was coaching. She was very enthusiastic and had a lot of motivation for her athletes.
Big jump. You got it, Sierra.
That's Mary Lee in the background.
Sweet. Inner thigh.
Unfortunately, falling on the beam is as devastating and costly as falling off the beam.
Stomach, arm. Arm.
The coach is living through every single movement that this athlete is performing. You know, Mary Lee said that she has to compete Sierra a lot. That's really the key to this athlete. She can only give her corrections in small chunks at a time. She can't handle a lot at one time.
Come on, Sierra. Arms and shin.